Mango tree. Probably one of the best neutral items. But why? Well, let's begin. What is the mango tree? The mango tree is a tier 1 neutral item. This means you can only find it after killing neutral units 7 minutes into the game. Once placed, it provides you 1200 units of unobstructed vision, and mana through drop mangoes. You get 3 upon initial placement, and then 1 every minute after that. The mangoes are only dropped within a 200 unit radius of the tree. This is indicated by the green circle that you see around Trinket Protector. It has the same placement properties as an ironwood branch. This means you can't place it in the Rosh pit or in the fountain. Additionally, once destroyed, you'll lose the vision and no more mangoes will be dropped. Any mango that has been dropped will remain on the floor. The mango tree provides both mana and vision. Let's look at the mana first. How efficient is it really? It drops, like we've already said, the 3 mangoes at the start when placed, and in 1 minute it survives. Using that data, I looked at the average length of a pro match through December and January. It only came to 34 minutes and 50 seconds. So, this means if you were to get the mango tree at the perfect time, which of course would be 7 minutes, and were to place it at exactly 7 minutes, you'd only have access to 30 mangoes across that entire game, which would equate to 3,750 mana. In reality, that's not a lot. It's, enough to accelerate your farming in the early game or to enable that roaming support to stay out on the map and not have to run back to base, but the efficiency of the tree can quickly fall off, especially if you have int heroes in your team. There are 2 ways for you to be able to locate a mango tree. Of course, the most basic one is just simply having vision on the tree. So, done. The second though, a little bit more complicated. The mango tree, like already mentioned, has a 200 unit radius in which it drops its mangoes. If you are to walk into this radius, then the tree will reveal itself in fog. So right now, if I was to place this tree behind here, you cannot see it. Of course, there's the mangoes being dropped. But if you then shuffle a little bit closer into this tree, you can then see the mango tree. Simply because you are now within that 200 radius of the mango tree. This also means that you can use spells to find the mango tree. So for example, Lycan using wolves, Weaver using bugs, Venomancer using Plague Ward, or Night Stalker using ultimate. The 200 unit radius also works for units as well. So if I was to place the mango tree behind this tree, and then Venomancer was to put a Plague Ward just behind here, then you'll be able to locate the mango tree this way as well. There are 2 types of cliffs within the Dota map. You have these single pillar cliffs that if you place a sentry on low ground and walk to the base of the cliff, you should be able to see onto the high ground to get the D ward. Of course, if they place the ward directly on top of this eye, then you will not be able to see the ward. Moving down towards these triple pillar cliffs, these are the ones that have obviously, the 2 statues to the left and right of it. You have the one on the radiant side, and then again the dire 2 statues. On this one, if you attempt to look on the high ground from the base of the cliff, you'll be unable to see any ward placed on the outside. So now we know that single cliffs and triple cliffs have different mechanics in default warding. This also moves into the mango tree mechanics, where a mango tree placed on this triple cliff, you are unable to see from low ground. There's 2 indicators to find out if a mango tree is placed on this cliff. There's actually a third, which is obviously just mangoes being on the floor, idiot. Why didn't I say that in the first version? First being, if you try and place a ward onto the high ground, it will prevent you. This means that there's something blocking the sentry being placed. The second is walking within the 200 unit radius of the mango tree, as shown here, will indicate that there is a mango tree obviously on this cliff. The single pillar cliffs are a lot more lenient than those that are the triple. So for a single pillar, you simply just need to have a line of sight onto the eye of the cliff, that being obviously the markings on top of the cliff. As I walk towards this cliff here, there is a row of trees in front of me that block me from directly seeing the cliff, therefore preventing me seeing the mango tree. If I was to move to the north, at some stage upon here, there we go, I'm able to locate the mango tree. And that is simply because I have the ability to see onto the cliff, as you can see from this kind of glimpse of high ground vision. And the fact that of course there's nothing blocking me. If I was to stand low ground here, I cannot see the mango tree. but then and same again here, but as soon as I walk up these steps, because I have line of sight, I can see the mango tree. That's where there is a discrepancy between single pillar and triple pillar cliffs or mango tree placement. Just for demonstration purposes, it also applies for the radiant side cliffs, where if I walk into line of sight of this cliff, I can see the mango tree, but then if I walk in line of sight at this cliff, for example, here, I'm unable to locate the mango tree. I have to then walk within the 200 unit radius to be able to find said tree. So far, the most common use of the mango tree has been around Roshan, an extremely powerful tool, but again, it's very vulnerable to dying, so you need to make sure you place it at the right time to truly utilize it, just like Enigma did against Godsent in the major minor qualifiers that just passed. Another common example would be placing it on these single or triple pillars. Again, it's a weird name, but they are literally just hill ward spots. These, even though they provide good vision, they are very easily scoutable, as previously shown. And the other common location is just kind of your greedy core, or anyone who doesn't really care about the item, just slaps it down in the jungle to enable their farm. Now let's look at some examples. For each of these examples, I will show you where to place the tree, the vision that it naturally provides, and additionally, what the opponents see, just to show how hard it is to find the mango tree. Please don't forget that for some of these spots, I'll be cutting down trees to place the mango tree. In the time that the tree is cut, which is 5 minutes, of course, if someone walks there, they'll be able to see the tree. But if the mango tree survives for 5 minutes and that tree respawns, then it becomes much harder for the opponent to find. So what did we learn? That mango trees are really fucking good. Hope it was helpful. Cheers. Bye.